Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today's lesson is lesson number 3 in writing a friendly letter. And during our lessons, we're gonna explain four main different types of friendly letters: descriptive, advice, narrative, descriptive, narrative. And today we're gonna start with how to write a descriptive letter. Descriptive friendly letter. The keywords indicate that to describe is required. Generally, friends letters are written either to a relative or to someone the same age like you, such as a friend or a pen friend. You'll be asked to describe the including points: your home, your family, your school, or your hobbies and free time activities. And here, the main points to keep into your mind when writing about any of these topics are: number one, create interest. Two, personalize for the reader. Three, do not list. Four, support each idiom. And we're going to explain each in details later. Don't worry. Then, a typical exam question for a descriptive letter might be: write to a pen friend who's coming to stay with you for a month. Tell him or her about your home, your family, and your school. In the exam, before you write, you can begin to write anything at all. It is essential to have a real picture in your mind of the person you are writing to so that you can include that person in your letter in order to make it sound real. Without this, your letter will only consist of factual information about your family, school, and so on, and will sound formal. So, the key word here is use your imagination. Okay. As you can see, I asked you to write to a pen friend. In reality, you probably do not have a pen friend. So you should start by creating a pen friend into your mind. Build up a mental picture of this person and make a full character so that even you believe your pen friend exists. As you do this, write down these following questions. Where does my pen friend live? In a house or a flat? In the city or in the countryside? Is my pen friend sporty, studious? What is my pen friend's favorite food? What subjects are my pen friend good or bad at? What kind of music does my pen friend enjoy listening to? Is my pen friend quiet or shy or outgoing and fun loving? And these details will be used to help you create interest. And don't forget to create interest, support your ideas, and personalize your friendly letter. And as I told you, we're going to explain all of these points in details. So, in descriptive letter, you are required to describe your home. How to describe your home? Firstly, remember that it's not necessary to describe your real house. You are free to use your imagination. So you can talk about, for example, about your dream house, for example. So here, use your imagination, please. Before we start anything, let's here have a look over this example. My house consists of ten rooms, a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, four bedrooms, and three bathrooms. Okay, what's wrong with this sentence written by one of my students? A kitchen, a living room, a dining room, four bedrooms, and three bathrooms is an example of listing, actually. So we need to avoid listing. Number two, to mention that you have a kitchen and a bathroom is stating obvious because, of course, you have a bathroom and a kitchen, even if your house is a small one. And it would be better to you to write something like, I live in a four-bedroom house. In the first example, you need to tell your friend that you live in a big house. So the number in the second example, the number of the bedrooms indicates the size of the house. If there are 4 bedrooms, it means that this house is um, a big one. Okay. Okay. Number two, can you know that my house consists of? Here I have a noun. If the sentence starts with a noun, do you remember? It's a formal register, which is not acceptable here. And to make it informal, we can use a person and a verb like I live. So the second example is a successful example, while the first one has many weak points. Okay. Now, let's start with describing the location of your house. Before we start, I want you to keep into your mind that the prepositions. Take care of the prepositions, as using them incorrectly may give a bad impression for your examiner. I will give you many examples of this so that we can tackle this problem. Describing the location. We have 3 different locations to be described. An inner city location, uh, on the outskirts of the city, and in the country side. Let's explain one by one. An inner city location, quite near the city center, okay? Right in the center of, or in the heart of the city or Paris, with a lovely, marvelous, wonderful, great, fantastic view of the busy, noisy market square, the famous, well known River Nile, the bus station, a park, lake, and so on. Okay? So, an example for this, or we can write with a lovely view of um, well known River Nile, or we can just change this part with overlooking. So instead of with a lovely overview of, it should be overlooking the bus, the noisy market, and so on. Let's have an example for this. I live in the center of Paris with a marvelous view of the river Seine. I live quite near the city center overlooking a park, and I live in the heart of Cairo with a fantastic view of a famous mosque. So you can write your sentence describing the location of your house, something like so. Describing location on the outskirts of the city, not far from, then the name of the city, on the outskirts of, in the suburbs of, about half an hour's walk, drive, bus ride from, and the name of your city. For example, I live on the outskirts of Athens. I live about half an hour's drive from Madrid. Now, if you're describing the location in the countryside, in the heart of the countryside, in the middle of the countryside, with a lovely, marvelous, wonderful, great, fantastic, breathtaking view of the snow covered mountains, the pine forest, and so on, or overlooking the snow covered mountains. The example will be something like this. I live in the middle of the country with a wonderful view of the pine forest. Or I live in the heart of the country with a fantastic view of the mountains. Or I live in the heart of the countryside overlooking fruit orchards. Okay. So this is everything for how to describe the location of your house. Wait for me for the next video. We're going to describe something else. Okay. Be ready. And I'm coming soon. Bye bye.